Welcome to Blackmagic Design's booth at IBC 2022. My name's Craig Heffernan. I'm the Technical Sales Director for Blackmagic here in EMEA, and it's amazing to be back at the show. We've got a collection of products we've announced in the past few years whilst we haven't been able to see people, and at the show today we're really pleased to announce the new Ultimatte range of products that we're going to talk about and take you through right now. The 4 new Ultimattes announced will give customers a choice across the application that they want to use the Ultimatte technology in, or even the budget that you're looking to spend. The new Ultramatt Hd Mini is a HDMI-based input system that's perfect for webcasting or working alongside A10 Mini products. We have the Ultimatte HD, which is designed around 1080p, which is a small, portable and compact solution for HD live production or virtual sets in HD formats. And we have the Ultimatte 12 4K, which will be the gold standard for Ultra HD production, where live chroma keying is required in broadcast at 4K resolutions. And then next at the top of the range, we have the Ultimatte 12 8K. This is designed principally around 8K solutions with multi-12 gig inputs, and is perfect for virtual productions working at those higher resolutions, needing live production and virtual chroma screen outputs. So what we're showing here in this demo is we have a Ultimatte 12 4K with a input source for our foreground, which is our presenter against a green screen. We're then using a background input which is stored in a media file inside of the Ultimatte, and using the Ultimatte tools and compositing algorithms to then composite those against them. The algorithms that Ultimatte offers means we're getting fantastic color fidelity, edge control. You can see the model moving her hair, so we can understand that we can get fine detail through that composite as well. In a normal process, we would then pass this through in live production to our production switcher and then output that through as our program output. What we've also done with the new announcements at Ultimatte is provided a new Ultimatte Software Control, which takes some of our existing smart remote control options and puts it into Mac or PC software, which gives us incredible control over 100 parameters in the way that we'd want to work with the Ultimatte product and get a perfect key and output as we work. What we could also do though is, and one of the key things for us around the 4K and the 8K product, is to think about how we could take this through to post-production, certainly for virtual production. What we might choose to do is use the Ultimatte product to provide us with a previs. The background might be a plate that we want to monitor, but then ultimately composite and work with that in post-production, say with the Fusion and DaVinci Resolve tools available to you. So if you wanted to, through the Ultimatte outputs, we could take the program. If we wanted as a final composite, we could take the input source with the green screen talent and then choose to output that. The benefit being we can do some of the modifications in the Ultimatte and see how that key works for us, and then record that and take it through to post. If we wanted to as well, we could also record a matte output and then take that directly through post-production, so we've got some matte reference as well in the way we want to work with it. On set, when we're working with the Ultimatte products, we can still see the program output. And if you're using an Unreal Engine or similar previous software, it allows you to see how your composite might look when you've been through those software tools directly on set to make decisions about lighting and positioning and any camera work that you need to do. If you imagine we're working in a multi-camera environment, whether that's a virtual production set or a traditional chroma screen environment, one of the benefits of working with the Ultimatte products is we can actually address and have them in line with multiple cameras and work with multiple Ultimattes through the software control at any given time. So the software control allows me to talk to multiple Ultimattes from one control position, which means I can address and manage and finesse the key that we're using through those Ultimattes one by one. There might be changes in shadows, in spill, in flare, in lighting or camera position that we want to address and do that with. And then we can previs and work with each of those camera positions one by one. And as we said before, if you wanted to, you could take a matte or a live or a program output, record that as well on set and use that as a reference in post-production. So you capture multi-cam positions through multiple Ultimattes, but through a single control system that lets you manage and get the best out of those setups. So what we've done with the new Ultimatte Software Control is take the existing control tools that we have in the hardware, which is the Ultimatte Smart Remote. That's an expensive piece of hardware that not everybody would necessarily want or would look to purchase. So we've taken the core elements of that software and put into a new software applet that we can run on Mac and on PC. And what we have here is all of the fine controls that is offered by the Ultimatte product and hardware that allows us to look at how we're actually setting up the key, the elements and the presets and all the parameters in the way that we want that key to behave. It's a very comprehensive piece of software, so there's lots of detail you can dive into. But fundamentally what we have are areas or rooms in which we can work with the Ultimatte product and drive the hardware to deliver the key that we want. In the first room, this really talks about our mat. So we're looking at what we're doing in terms of those foreground and background separations, and then we can dive down into the actual specifics of how we want to manage the key itself. The foreground element, how we're managing color, contrast, flare, suppressions. We can customize these, we can preset and save them. And then exactly the same then in the background space, where we can look at how we want to manage black levels, color information, and drive and look after those. Again, we can customize them. In this, we can also output the monitoring if we want to just look at background or foreground elements as well. Some of the more advanced tools inside of Ultimatte are also available in the software control. This is where we can build layers. So there may be areas inside of the key or the composite that you want to keep away from being composited in the background or the foreground. You may want to add in graphical elements, or you may actually just want to work differently with layers built into the key itself. So this allows you to customize and build those, and again look at the edging and the way that they're presented in the overall key itself. And then within the settings, we're able to actually then, if we wanted to, control the entire hardware product, look at how the system is behaving. But one of the key things here is how we actually get into media, and we do have a frame store built into the Ultimatte products. So even if we're working up to 8K, we can bring in high resolution backgrounds that we might have rendered that match our camera position, and we can store them inside of a frame store inside the Ultimatte that then keys them live on the output for us. The program itself also then lets us save presets, which we can recall quickly. And then you'll see on some of the new products that we have buttons for 1, 2, and 3. These are recall buttons, so if we have presets, we can actually recall background elements. Example of this might be if we're working in a magazine program and we want to change a background to bring in sponsor information, or in this instance where we have a Manhattan scene, maybe you want to go from daytime to nighttime. We can set up a transition to do that for us, and then you can change, kind of customize and build different backgrounds for your keyed output. Creative differences then in the way that you work and save all that for us. And as we spoke about before, the Ultimatte products can also then be controlled by a single software controller. So if you have 2, 3, or 4 Ultimattes, we can then drive into the Ultimatte and then select which one of those we want to talk to, and we can even copy and paste presets across them, so we start to get consistency if we're using a multi-camera setup or multi-Ultimatte products as we go along. So it's a really useful software emulator of the existing hardware, and it does everything that we want in controlling and setting up the finest detail we can across our keys. So the new Ultimattes are shipping now. The software control is free for Mac and PC, so that's license free for you to use however you would need to. The new Ultimatte 12 HD Mini is 515 euros. The new Ultimatte 12 HD is 919 euros. The Ultimatte 12 4K is 2,549 euros. And the Ultimatte 12 8K is 7,155 euros.